The newest CS2 update is out, and while the patch notes are fairly short, the implications on both gameplay and trading are huge. Season 2 of Premier has ended and the medals have been given out. Season 3 of Premier is now playable. And with Season 3, we get a change to the map pool. Anubis has been removed in favor of Overpass. But before I tell you everything you need to know about this update, thank you to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. SkinsMonkey is a trusted automated CS2 trading site. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is pick something in your inventory, check how much it's worth, and then go get something new from the monkey. What's also super nice is the filters you can use to narrow down your searches. You can either use your skins to trade for new ones or deposit money with their 30% bonus offer. This becomes 35% when you use my code Wilson. Please use it. Using my code, you can also get up to $5 for free. Use my code Wilson, link is in the description. Since the last time that Overpass was in the map pool, it's gotten a few changes that I'd like to remind you of. The Water and Monster, Short, and Under Heaven was removed, and now to drop from Heaven, you just have to land on this tire. The railings that blocked Party are gone as well, which helps visibility for both Ts and CTs fighting these angles. When you're walking through Bath into Long Bath, you can no longer see through these windows, so playing this angle is much safer. They added a sign in front of the long half wall, which protects people jumping up on top of it from this angle. And lastly, on A site, they opened this door on dice, which changes up some of these angles. Anubis remains playable and competitive, but Overpass replaces it in Premier, Face It, and in the pro scene. Recently, we've seen a lot of players complain about the design and flow of Anubis, so I expect Valve, after taking it out of the map pool, to rework it quite a bit. I know a lot of people will be complaining about cash not being added to the game. There are rumors that Valve is completely reworking cash themselves, and if that's true, then that means that we won't see cash for quite a long time. If anything, we're more likely to see Cobble before cash because Valve has been working on Cobble for a while. For the first of the 3 big gameplay changes, Valve has buffed the Incendiary Grenade. The Incendiary Grenade now almost instantly reaches its max spread when it lands on the ground. Oh, beautiful. This means that Ts will take more damage for running through a freshly thrown CT molly. CTs throwing an anti-rush molly or throwing a molly in reaction to an execute is much more rewarding now. Because of this change, Ts will be forced out of cover when they get mollied much quicker and will take more damage if they want to stay there and pull a smoke out and smoke the molly. Mollies that land around the same timing of Ts being able to be in the space that you're throwing the molly are going to be much better now. Think about Ancient. A shelf molly is going to be much better, along with bottom mid mollies. This is also a buff to jiggling with a molly or playing info with a molly. Think about ramp on Nuke. If you jiggle ramp and you throw a molly down, it's going to spread fully almost instantly, so Ts are going to take a lot more damage now if they want to push you. I really wasn't expecting this buff to CT mollies. I thought they would either change the duration or change the size, but I love it. I think this is a great middle ground to where it's not as broken as it was before when it had the same properties as T mollies. However, it is still a significant buff and will make CT mollies much more impactful. The second big gameplay update is that they nerfed the MP9. But they also buffed players who subscribe to Wilson CS2. Do please subscribe, I would appreciate it. Specifically, they increased the recoil magnitude, which means that spraying with the MP9 is going to be more difficult. They also substantially reduced its jumping accuracy. In this side by side, you can see that the new spray pattern is both taller and wider, which makes it harder to control, especially with its super fast fire rate. I ran around in DM for 10 minutes with it, and it did feel significantly different. Spraying with it felt harder. However, most players already at medium or longer ranges would burst. And so I don't think this change is huge. It's not a massive nerf to the MP9, but it will have a negative effect. In terms of jumping accuracy, this is something that's a bit trickier to test and to show visually. In my testing, it didn't feel like mega inaccurate, but it did seem worse than it was before. it's still totally viable to jump around a corner in really close ranges. However, I think people are going to get accidented by the MP9 while jumping significantly less, and I think jumping around corners with the MP9, especially if your opponent could be further away, is going to be much more of a risk. This change makes the MP9 a bit less broken, but I don't think it's really going to cause any sort of meta shift or any change in decision making when it comes to purchasing it. I don't think it's a big enough nerf that people are going to go for the UMP over the MP9 now or any other SMG. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you be less likely to buy the MP9 now with this change? The third and last gameplay change is a huge buff to the CT economy. With this new update, all 5 players on the CT team gets rewarded $50 for each kill they get, regardless of who gets it, and regardless of whether they win or lose the round. So if you lose a round and your team only gets 1 kill, every player on your team gets $50. This means that 1 kill on CT equals $250 for the team as a whole. And if your team wins the round by killing all 5 Ts, every player on the CT team gets $250. I think that this is a huge update for the game and for the meta for multiple reasons. Number one, force buy rounds from CTs will be much more potent because they're going to have extra money to work with, assuming that they got kills in the previous round. Number two, CTs will build up a better economy after winning multiple rounds in a row, because every round the CTs win by killing all 5 Ts, they gain a total of $1,250. So if the CTs win 3 rounds in a row by killing all 5 Ts, that's an extra total of $3,750. Number 3, there's going to be more wiggle room with the extra money to buy upgraded pistols on CT side save rounds. And lastly, CTs are going to be able to afford M4s significantly more often than they were before. Let's take winning a pistol round for example. Before, you would often see MP9s or FAMASas in that second round, even though the CTs won pistol. That's because if you won the round by killing all 5 Ts, CTs get awarded $3,250. Before this update, you would have at least had to get 2 kills during that pistol round in order to buy an M4 plus armor. However, now with the $250 killing all 5 Ts reward, you only need to get 1 kill on pistol in order to get an M4 in that second round. Overall, I am super excited to see the effects of this change. I think it gives the CTs much more flexibility in their economy and will likely reduce the number of full save all 5 USP rounds. Well, those are the gameplay changes. I think they're pretty massive. Now let's move on to the 7-day trade reversal update. From now on, any trade can be reversed by either party up to 7 days after the trade occurs. This doesn't appear to be something that you can opt into or opt out of. This is the default and the standard for every single CS2 trade moving forward. Whoever opts to reverse the trade gets a 30-day trade ban on their account after reversing it. When you receive a skin from a trade, you can't really make any changes to it. You can't apply a name tag, you can't put stickers on it, you can't scrape stickers that are on it. The skin has to remain the same as it was when it was traded to you for those 7 days. What this also means is that if you got cases from a trade or sticker capsules from a trade, you can't unbox them, you can't open them for those 7 days. So what are the effects of this update? Number one, at least for cases and sticker capsules, we're going to see a much greater quantity of them on the Steam market, because if you purchase them from the Steam market, then you can immediately unbox them or immediately open them when you can't do that from trades or third-party trading websites. Number two, this isn't doomsday for third-party trading websites. I think everybody at the beginning had this huge reaction that, oh my god, trading is dead. I don't think that's the case. Trades where you purchase items from a site that uses bots to trade will be unaffected. However, when you sell an item, we will most likely see a 7-day hold on the funds that you stand to receive from the trade. What this means is that instantly cashing out skins on websites is likely a thing of the past. And not a lot of people do this, but one-to-one peer-to-peer cash trading not through a website becomes significantly more high risk. So similar to the update that introduced trade holds, I think that we're just going to find ways around this and get used to it. And overall, like, it's awesome that people who get scammed have this option, especially for API scams, which have been super common recently. Now, whenever somebody gets API scammed, they can just reverse the trades. Let me know what you think about this trading update. Is it a huge deal or is it not? I don't think it is, but it does definitely have an impact. One thing I want to mention too is that a lot of people have been asking for VAC updates or just clarity from Valve about VAC. Valve is very hush-hush about VAC, so I wouldn't assume that they haven't made an update to VAC or haven't been implementing new things just because they didn't include it in the patch notes. Season 2 was still riddled with cheaters. I would say it was an improvement over Season 1 in my opinion, but there's still a lot of cheaters out there and I hope they all get banned, so we'll see. Maybe it is better, maybe it's not. Who knows? Valve wouldn't tell us if VAC is just suddenly randomly better because they updated it. They wouldn't say that. What an update. I'm excited about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thank you to my channel members who support me and allow me to be a goober on the internet. Please consider becoming a YouTube channel member. Thanks for being here. Have a great day and good luck and have fun in all of your future games. Peace.